I am Anil Kumar. Welcome to my YouTube channel and the website Global Math Institute. In this video, we'll take up second question from our test paper on probability distribution. You may be required to use the graphing display calculator to answer this particular question. So let's read this question once. During an election, 35% of people in Toronto favored the fishing restrictions in the Humber River. 8 people were randomly selected from Toronto downtown. Determine the probability that 4 people favored the fishing restrictions. At most 6 people favored the fishing restrictions. There was a majority in favor of the fishing restrictions. Between 2 and 5 inclusive favored fishing restrictions. And E is, what is the expected number of people that favored the fishing restrictions to one decimal place? You can always pause the video, answer the question, and then look into my suggestions. In case you want to learn directly from me, send an email on the address given. So we are given that during the election, 35% of the people favored the fishing restrictions. So the probability of success is 35% or 0.35. 8 people were randomly selected, so N is equal to 8. And now let's see which particular function should we use using GDC to get the answer, right? The first one is 4 people favored the fishing restriction. That means exactly 4 people, right? So we are looking for the probability when x is equal to 4, right? And for this, the function is binomial. This is a binomial distribution because the answer could be either yes or no, right? And the probability is going to remain the same throughout this experiment. So it is binom, right? And exactly means PDF, right? Perfect. And we have 8 people selected, probability of success being 0.35, and we're looking for 4, right? That is what we're looking for. So we can use calculator and find this particular answer. Likewise, we'll do the others, right? Is that clear to you? Okay, so let's move on. Let's see how do we write these and get the answer. So the very first one, we are looking for probability when the success is exactly 4 people, right? And so it should be equal to the function which is binom PDF 8, the number of people selected, 0.35, the probability, and 4 is what we are looking for, exactly 4, right? So if you calculate this and then round to 3 significant figures, what you get is 0.188, correct? Perfect. So let's move on and take part B now. In part B, we want to know at most 6 people favored the fishing restrictions. At most, right? So that really means we're looking for the probability when x is less than or equal to 6, correct? So that gives you the function as CDF, right? Cumulative distribution function, and we have here 8 was selected, probability is 0.35, and we're looking for a maximum of 6. And when you calculate this, you get 0.996 as your answer, correct? In part C, there was a majority in favor of fishing restrictions. Now, majority means that x value could be out of 8, 5, 6, 7, or 8, right? So you could calculate exact values for x equals to 5, add it to x equals to 6, add it to x equals to 7, add it to x equals to 8. So you could do this, right, to get the answer for the majority, right? Or you can use the complementary function, right? There was majority means you want 5 or more, not less than 4. So write down that particular function which you should be writing for not less than, right? And then use your calculator to find the answer. So if you do this, then you get the solution as equal to 0.106, correct? Now let's look into part D, which says between 2 to 5 inclusive favored fishing restriction. So now we want the probability that it is greater than equal to 2 and the random variable value is less than equal to 5. That is included both 2 and 5. Now for that, we'll say less than equal to 2, 5, take away less than equal to 1, not 2, right? That is kind of important. So we get the function binomial CDF 8, 0.35, 5, take away binom CDF 8, 0.35. From this, we are looking at less than 1, right? Because 2 is inclusive. Perfect. And when you do your calculations, you'll get this answer as P as equal to 0.806. So that is how you should be answering these questions. The last one here is to calculate the expected number of people that favored the fishing restrictions, and you have to round it to one decimal place. So expected value is equal to n times p, which is 8, and the probability being 0.35. And you get this as 2.8, right? So that is rounded to one decimal place. Make sense? So that is how we are going to answer this particular question. It is important to see how this function is to be utilized to answer these different scenarios. Perfect. I hope that makes sense. Feel free to write your comment, share your views. If you like and subscribe to my videos, that'd be great. You can also contact me on the email address to learn directly. Thanks for your time and all the best.